let's go back to talking about your first scene. What was your very first scene like, and who was that with?
So it was a boy girl with Mick Blue, and it won an AVN award for best boy girl, which was super crazy because my first scene ever, and I like won an
Wow.
award, and I was like, holy crap, I can't believe all this is happening. But I was really proud of it. I mean, I look back and I'm like, wow, I look like I look so much younger. Like I was so naive at that time. Like I just feel like I look totally different, but I really liked the scene. I felt like it was so important for me and Greg to make it something big and make it classy. We had like drone shots in there. It was just such a big deal for me, and everyone on set made me feel super comfortable. I just remember like not having any bad experience at all. I mean, I'm extremely lucky. Like I haven't had a bad experience on set in my first scene. Like I was totally comfortable, like amazed with like the scene that we produced and everything. I loved all of it. And it was just great. I just remember being like, wow, this is really like fun to do. And like I liked the whole process of taking pretty girls and getting your hair and makeup done and doing everything. So I just kind of like fell in love with it at that point.
Yeah. Yeah. Mick Blue's a great performer to start with too. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, he's a
Yes,
veteran and
yes.
he's a pro. So it's a
Yeah.
great first person to have your experience with. And I think, yeah, it sounds like you've been really lucky in terms of the companies that you've been into contract with. I mean, obviously, they put a lot of thought and care into what your scenes were going to be. And now you're contracted with Brazzers, which has allowed me to shoot you a couple of times. The first time we shot was your Twisties Treat of the Month, which I remember they were like, this is a big deal. You better make sure this is a good scene. They were like on my ass about that. They're like, you need to make sure, like, they were like, we know that you normally treat all of your girls really well and you treat them all, like princesses, but Kendra's really important. So make sure you really treat her like a princess. And I was like, okay. Jesus Christ.
I really was like a princess that day too. I was like playing this dark princess. I thought it was so dope.
Yeah, but
I remember you guys were like so worried because like the latex was so tight. I was like losing feeling in my hands, and like the end part we were outside in the cold. Everyone has like sweaters and sweats on, and I'm like practically naked in the pool. Like it was just such a good experience though. When I think of it, like I don't think about those things. I think about just I was like so proud of everything we were doing, and it was so different than anything I'd ever done before.
I'm so happy to hear that because it was funny, after they gave me that speech and then it's freezing out and I make you to be fair, the water was heated and we put you in a jacuzzi, but
Yeah.
we put you outside and it was so fucking cold and I felt terrible. I was like, Kendra's going to hate me. She's going to hate me. It's so cold out. I felt terrible. You were such a trooper though. Like you did not complain at all. I complained more than you did. And like you said, I was in like a sweater and a jacket and a scarf. And I bitched about the cold more than you did. You were amazing, honestly.
Thank you. I try really hard not to complain on set or anything and just make the most out of it. I was really excited about everything we were doing. So I think that that helped me have like a good attitude about it. Like I was just so excited to see everything that we were doing.
Yeah.
So it was a great day. And the last time we shot together was freaking awesome as well.
I know.
That day was hot. It was like the opposite. I got sunburnt. So it's like either one way or the other. Either I'm cold or I'm sunburnt.
I know. And remember, because when I shot you for 2 of the month, I'm like, Kendra, I swear the next time it's going to be inside. It's going to be on a bed. It's going to be really comfortable. And then I was like, just kidding. It's outside on a mirror in the sun. And it was really windy.
It was a great time though. I should have known not to spend so much time in the sun, but I was like so warm and it was such a nice day. So I loved it.
To be fair, I also should have given you sunscreen. Like that was my bad. So she was wearing like this bodysuit with like this cool like cross pattern in the front. And then like finally when we get to sex, we get inside the tent and you take it off. I was like, oh my God, it was like sunburned in that like weird pattern of that bodysuit. I was like, fuck, there's nothing I could do about it. It was too late.
Yeah, it's like it always gets worse too. It's like I got home and I looked in the mirror. I was like, damn, I'm really sunburnt. It was like by the time we got to shooting, it was getting bad too. It was like super bright red.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I probably gave you some weird tan lines.
It's okay.